And welcome in to the Battle of Waterloo as we are getting set for wrestling action here. The Battle of Waterloo, we're going to cover the West Delaware Hawks and the Independence Mustangs this morning. Good morning, everybody. Alongside former West Delaware wrestler Sam Phillips, I'm Jamie Vasky as we are set for day two of the Battle of Waterloo. West Delaware finishing 2-1 yesterday. They lost their first duel against Iowa City West, came back and defeated Nashville Plainfield and Charles City. As a little bit of a shifting in the brackets today. First off, Sam, good morning. 2 weeks in a row for you covering West Delaware wrestling here on KMCH, and the Hawks looked really good last Saturday at that Southwind tournament. Had a very nice win against Beckman on Thursday night, and then came out 2-1 yesterday. So really, this younger team is starting to show signs of that improvement that Coach Voss is always looking for.
Yeah, the West Delaware Hawks, we talk about it all the time, how they're always showing that improvement, and hopefully they can build on last Saturday's performance. It's good to be back here to see the Hawks in action again this week.
Absolutely, as we talked about the mix-up in the bracket, as the Hawks were supposed to wrestle in the fifth place bracket because they finished fifth place yesterday after all the sessions were done. They were supposed to face Linn-Mar, Clarion Goldfield, and Lake Mills today. Well, Clarion Goldfield was over at weigh-ins this morning, and with the pending weather that's coming later this evening with a little more snow and some wind picking up, their superintendent called them during weigh-ins and told them to head home. So Clarion Goldfield is not here today. Charles City did not make the trip today, nor did Mason City. So we're mixing it up so everybody gets 3 duels, as we're going to start. West Delaware is going to take on Osage in this first duel, and then they will finish with Lake Mills and Linn-Mar. So the Hawks will have 3 duels here today, as I think they're trying to get everything all figured out track wrestling-wise down there, trying to make sure everything is set up right, and we're ready to go. But the Hawks are going to start. We're going to start at 126 pounds here today, and I believe we're going to see Casey Geyer come to the mat for the Hawks, as we'll try to get his opponent, as again they're trying to get track wrestling up to date and make sure that they've got West Delaware wrestling Osage, switching the dual meet over. I don't think we've quite accomplished that yet, but we're going to get it all squared away as we're underway. 126 pounds. It's going to be Casey Geyer for the Hawks.
Right away.
Nice job. 2-point takedown for Casey Geyer. We'll get his opponent here in just a second, as Casey Geyer looks like he is taking on, I believe it's going to be Shelby Blake.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Shelby Blake is his opponent, as she's listed as a 120-pounder, as she's up to 126 here. Again, we started at 106 pounds yesterday. Then the second duel was 113. The last duel was 120. So starting at 126 here today, has a 1-point escape by Blake, an optional release, and another quick takedown. Another quick takedown for Geyer. So he's quickly got 2 takedowns, another escape, and another takedown. And Coach Voss is saying get another one, but it looks like Geyer's going to ride Blake out. So the score is should be 6-2. 3 takedowns, 2 escapes for Shelby Blake. 2 takedowns for Casey Geyer and 2 escapes for Shelby Blake, as now a crossface cradle attempt by Casey Geyer. And talking with Coach Voss the other day, Casey Geyer, he's wrestled before, but he's starting to learn the technique and things that they teach here at West Delaware. So it's good to see him starting to put all these moves together here.
Yeah, he's been real fun to watch this year. I think the coaches are really happy with how his technique's coming along. He's got a lot of explosion, and we saw that last weekend with his duck unders and double legs. And he's becoming one of my favorite Hawks to watch out there on the mat.
6-1, a cradle locked up now by Geyer, as he's got Blake on her back, as looking for the fall. I don't think he's going to get it here. 18 seconds left to go in this first period, and now he's going to readjust and try to get on top, get his hips up a little bit, as Blake bellies down once again. 8 seconds left. Towelboy is out, and that is how our first period is going to end. It should be a 3-point near fall for Casey Geyer, and he goes up 9-1 here after the first period, as it'll be Blake's choice, as it looks like they're going to look at the Osage coaches, and I believe
figure out what to pick here.
It might be West. Yeah, they still don't have the track wrestling correct over there. I think they're trying to get. I think Caitlin Mangold is. I think someone told me yesterday that she came to the aid of the track wrestling workers yesterday, and I see she's over there once again this morning as Casey Geyer. It's going to be his choice. I didn't see if it was Blake's choice, and she deferred over to Geyer, but Casey Geyer is going to go down here, leading 9-2 as second period underway. Geyer with a nice stand-up, hip ice out, and he's to his feet. It's 10-2, just underway second period. First match of the day here in West Delaware and Osage, and there's a takedown by Geyer, just a bull rush, and he's got Shelby Blake on her back, and he's looking for the fall. He's got plenty of time here, 1:40 left to go in this second period as he's trying to readjust. We've got Independence Wrestling over here to our left as well, as we do not have track wrestling up for that one, but Casey Geyer has Shelby Blake on her back looking for the fall. He already leads at 12-2, looking for the fall, and he's not going to get it as Shelby Blake rolls off. It's 15-2, a three-point near fall for Casey Geyer. Nice job by him. And those bonus points, especially in a dual meet format, those bonus points, especially on a day like today where you're matched up with, the teams that placed the same as you yesterday, bonus points are important.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You get the second day of the battle, you're going to have a lot of even matches. There's going to be some great duels no matter where you finish on the first day. So bonus points are going to be a huge factor today.
Over to our left, again, we're going to cover Independence. So West Delaware's on mat 7. Independence is over on mat number 8, so right next door, as Casey Geyer is going to cut Blake loose. It's 15-3 after the escape, and there's a lateral drop by Casey Geyer, and he's got Shelby Blake on her back looking for the fall. He's got to readjust here, and he does, and there's a fall for Casey Geyer. 3 minutes and 29 seconds the fall for Casey Geyer, and that's going to put the Hawks up 6-0 here after the first wait. Nice job there by Casey Geyer. He let Shelby Blake go, got up to her feet, and he came with that lateral drop, put her on her back, and picked up the fall, and the Hawks lead 6-0.
5 takedowns there. That's some great offensive action by Casey Geyer.
Over to our left, we mentioned Independence. They're taking on Waterloo East in their first duel. And up first at 126 pounds is Mark Morkel. And he is trailing. He's taking on Aiden Ernst from Waterloo East, and he's trailing 9-4 right now as they're on their feet. 47 seconds left to go in that match. Up here in front of us on mat number 7, it's going to be Brad Roush for West Delaware, as I believe he's going to be taking on Lucas Weigel. So Lucas Weigel, the opponent for Brad Roush, as they're underway. 1:39 left to go in this first period. As we'll see, still don't have that mat up on track wrestling.
The only mat in the tournament.
Yeah, the only mat they don't have up. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if it shows up. But we do have Independence, and 11 seconds left to go. Mark Morkel trailing 11-5 with 6 seconds left to go in that match, and another 2-point takedown. It's going to be 13-5, and that's going to be a major decision for Aiden Ernst of Waterloo East. And the Trojans will go up 4-0 on the Mustangs after one wait. So 4-0. Independence trails here after the major decision by Aiden Ernst. Out here in front of us, still no score between Brad Roush and Lucas Weigel as they're on their feet yet. 55 seconds left to go first period, and that's going to be a stall warning against Roush. As I kind of wondered that every time switching over from watching Mark Morkel's match, I saw Brad Roush going backwards. So he's got to get that forward pressure and set something up here.
He's got to work the center here, keep his butt in the middle of the mat. We like to say you always want to be facing out and working on pushing your opponent around the mat and not getting shoved around.
So back to the action here as they went out of bounds. 35 seconds left to go. Over to our left on mat number 8, it's Matthew Doyle for Independence. Head coach Michael Doyle's son, as he's taking on Antonio Rodriguez. That's at 132 pounds. And it was Rodriguez in on a shot, but Doyle fights it off, and they're back to their feet. Out here in front of us, it's going to be Weigel on mat number 7 with a 2-point takedown on Brad Roush with 15 seconds left to go. Roush quickly to his feet, but they go out of bounds. I like that effort by Brad Roush. He got taken down and came right back up to his feet. I know they worked on that at practice the last couple of weeks. When you get taken down, don't just belly up. You got to come right back up.
Yeah, that's good chain wrestling there by Brad Roush. There's a good knee slide stand up too, but he gets broken down by Weigel. Looks like we're going to sit here for the rest of the period.
5 seconds left to go in this first period, and that's going to do it as it's 2-0. 2-0 is the score here as we go to the second period. It'll be Weigel's choice. He's going to choose down. He's going to choose down here to start this second period. Roush will ride the left side of Weigel, trailing 2-0 as we're underway. A sit-out attempt stand-up attempt, I should say, by Weigel. Roush brings him back down, but Weigel's going to grab the arm of Brad Roush, come to his feet, and he's going to pick up a 2-point. Not yet. He's working on a reversal. He's going to get it. Almost caught Roush on his back, but a 2-point reversal is going to make it 4-0 here. As Osage in this match picked up their first takedown of this duel. As like Sam said, Casey Geyer with 5 takedowns to start the duel in that first match. End of the first period over on mat number 8 as Matthew Doyle trailing 2-0 against Antonio Rodriguez of Waterloo East. Waterloo East leading Independence 4-0 after a major decision at 126 pounds. So the Mustangs trailing, and it'll be Doyle's choice to start the second. He's going to go down as on the mat with West Delaware and Osage. Osage, 132-pounder Lucas Weigel is leading Brad Roush 2-0. 2-0 out here in front of us on mat number 7. The duel is 6-0 in favor of West Delaware after a fall by Casey Geyer. And Roush trying to come to his feet, and they're going to go out of bounds. 57 seconds left to go in the first period.
He got up to his feet real quick after that first takedown, Jamie. I'd like to see him hit a good stand-up off the whistle, see if he can feel the hands and turn and face this time to get his escape.
Here we go. Back to action here. 50 seconds left to go. Second period. Brad Roush trailing 4-0. Trailing 4-0 here as Weigel looking to work a wing in on the left side of Brad Roush. He's trying to get a bar arm across the back, but nice job by Brad Roush, but still like to see him come to his feet as he's already been warned for stalling once, and now we're going to get stalling on Weigel for riding that arm. Wasn't able to bring it out and just kept trying to work it out, so stalling on Weigel. So each wrestler with a stall warning. Over on mat number 8, it's now 5-3 in favor of Antonio Rodriguez over Matthew Doyle of Independence.
There's an escape for Brad Roush.
Brad Roush with the escape with 30 seconds left to go. He takes a look at the clock, see if he can get a takedown here in the last 20 seconds of this second period, trailing 4-1. Matthew Doyle on mat number 8 for Independence is to his feet as it's 5-4 now in favor of Rodriguez. So Matthew Doyle, after trailing early, has worked his way back into this match. It's now 5-4. As there's 20 seconds left to go in the second period of that match. So Matthew Doyle trying to get a takedown at the end of the period. Front headlock attempt. Now he dives in on a shot. There's a 2-point takedown for Matthew Doyle, and he goes up 6-5 on Rodriguez with 8 seconds left to go. And Sam, Roger and I always talk about getting those late period takedowns. As one kid might think he's going to make it just coast into the next period. That's the best time to take advantage of that and score a late takedown, and that's what Doyle did there.
Yeah, that's a huge momentum shift going into the last period for Doyle, and now it's a huge difference being able to ride a guy out for the win or get a turn and add some points, and between having to cut him and get a takedown to win the match.
As I believe Roush chose neutral to start this third period, so they're on their feet. Brad Roush from West Delaware trailing 4-1 against Lucas Weigel of Osage. As Roush has got to get something going as he gets back to the middle, takes a look at the clock once again.
He's got to take better shots than that.
As he shoots a long double leg attempt by Brad Roush. And now front headlock situation for Weigel. Roush still trying to come around the corner and grab the leg of Weigel. Now Weigel's going to try to throw him over, and they go off the edge of the mat. So they go out of bounds here with 1:09 left to go. Again, yeah, like you said, Sam, just a long double leg attempt there by Brad Roush. Like to see him set something up here. He needs to get 2 takedowns yet, so he doesn't, he's got to sense some urgency here with a minute left, just over a minute left to go here in this match, trailing 4-1.
Weigel keeps looking for that collar tie when he does tie up, so maybe an elbow pass or a slide by here from Brad Roush.
6-5 over on mat number 8. Matthew Doyle still leads Antonio Rodriguez. Rodriguez chose down to start the third period. It's 6-5 in favor of Matthew Doyle. Independence trails that dual meet 4-0 after a major decision to start the duel. As there's 33 seconds left to go here with Brad Roush and Lucas Weigel. As looks like Cole Engel is waiting in the wings there, right behind the coaches from West Delaware. As Brad Roush and Weigel go out of bounds once again, 23 seconds left to go in this third period. And Roush has got to get a takedown. Now he's got to go feet to back if he wants to any shot at tying this match or winning this match. As 8 seconds left to go. I don't think he's going to do it. It's just a lot of pushing and shoving here. As now a high crotch attempt by Roush, and tried to go to a fireman's carry, but that's going to do it. Brad Roush is going to lose the match 4-1. So 4-1 is the final in favor of Lucas Weigel. So Osage cuts the West Delaware lead in half. It's 6-3 now. After the 4-1 lead or win by Lucas Weigel over Brad Roush, and that's going to bump us up to 138 pounds here. As it's going to be Cole Engel for West Delaware. As Cole's opponent is going to be Brody Roll.
Looking at the back of the single, it looks like we might have had Roll in the last one, and this might be Weigel here.
Oh, they got their names on their back. All right, so this one might be Lucas Weigel. Might have been Brody Roll was the opponent for Brad Roush, as this could be Lucas Weigel here at 138 pounds. As Osage yesterday in the Battle of Waterloo. See what bracket they came out of.
Engel up 2-0 now. We've got 1:29 left in this first period. Engel rides on the right side. He's going to look for a tight waist here. Working the claw. We'll see if he can get Weigel broken down.
Osage finished in 6th place behind Clarion Goldfield yesterday in bracket D. So that, as they started the day, they lost to Lisbon 66-18. They beat Alburnett 51-25 and lost to Clarion Goldfield 51-23. As Engel looking for a tilt here, he's going to pick up some near fall points on Roll. As a nice job there by Cole Engel picking up that tilt, as it looks like over on mat number 8, it's going to be a win. An 11-7 win for Matthew Doyle of Independence. So Matthew Doyle puts the Mustangs on the board. They now trail 4-3 against Waterloo East as they move up to 138 pounds. So nice job there by Matthew Doyle getting the Mustangs on the board. As they move up to 138, we'll get the opponents here in just a second. But Cole Engel with a 4-0 lead as he picked up 2 near fall on that tilt. And now he's got a chicken wing on the left side of Roll.
Looking for a wrist, maybe set up a Steiner tilt or a stack here. I don't think he's going to quite get that wrist. Weigel's keeping it up high.
Now he's going to go to that half Nelson on the right side, looking for the half Nelson. Now he's going to go with that tilt as they're nearing on the edge of the mat here. 5 seconds left to go in the first period. Looks like Cole Engel's going to take a 4-0 lead into the second period. Over on mat number 8, it's Tanner Erickson Dale for Independence with a quick 2-point takedown against Christian Ziering of Waterloo East. And he's got Ziering on his back looking for the fall. Tanner Erickson Dale looking for the fall. There it is. There's the fall. 41 seconds for Tanner Erickson Dale, and he's going to put the Mustangs up 9-4 after 3 weights over there.
Quick match for the senior from Independence there.
Absolutely. He's one of those guys they're relying on this year to kind of lead that team, one of the few seniors on that in that Independence lineup. As Tanner Erickson Dale getting it done there, and the Mustangs lead 9-4 after 3 weights. Yeah, Tanner Erickson Dale, Sam Grazer, Spencer Shanka, Jacob Schwarting, Andrew Wright, Peyton Nolting are the seniors on that team for Coach Doyle and the Mustangs as they're up to weight class 145.
Cole Engel started the second period neutral, and we've got 1:20 left in this period. Still no score. Some hand fight, looking for wrist control, and we've got, looks like Engel got his eye poked there.
So Engel holding his left eye over there, got poked in the eye as Over on mat number 8, we'll take a look at Independence, as that's going to be Sam Grazer for Independence. He's quickly down 2-0 as he's taking on Ryan Valenzuela from Waterloo East. And Valenzuela with a quick 2-point takedown. Minute 10 left to go, first period. The Mustangs lead 9-4. And there's Grazer with a nice stand-up and spins out of the grips of Valenzuela and picks up a 1-point escape. So it's 2-1 over there in favor of Valenzuela. Back to action on mat 7 with Cole Engel and Brody Roll, the sophomore. Or excuse me, this is Weigel, Lucas Weigel, the sophomore from Osage. And here's Engel in on a double leg shot, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. So he goes up 6-0 here. 50 seconds left to go here in this second period. Nice double leg by Cole Engel there, dove in. And what I liked about that, Sam, is he didn't wait around. He finished it right. He got in and finished right away.
Yep, he didn't sit around on his knees and get extended down there, get caught in front headlock. He cut the corner, spun around for his 2. He's looking for a farmer now. He's got Weigel's arm on his back, looking to scoop the head. Now it looks like he's going for the opposite wrist, get a farmer. He's got the wrist. He's trying to turn him over.
Scoop the head. There he does, and he's got him on his back. That should do it. There's the fall. 3 minutes and 43 seconds the fall for Cole Engel. And the Hawks go up 12-3 here after 138 pounds. First period over on mat number 8. Ryan Valenzuela of Waterloo East with a 6-1 lead over Sam Grazer from Independence, as the Mustangs lead that duel 9-4. So Grazer's got some work to do here as he chooses down to start period number 2. Out here in front of us at 145 pounds. We'll have to get the name of this Green Devil.
We've got Mitchell Mangold for the Hawks, outstanding sophomore, having a great season.
Hand me that bag down there, would you, underneath, as we'll get see who Mitchell Mangold's opponent here is in just a second. I kind of like that when you don't have track wrestling to keep you updated. The Green Devils appear to have their last names on the back of their singlets here. So we'll try to get his opponent here, and it's going to be Mitchell. 2 Mitchells going at it. It's Mitchell Shotness. We'll go Shotness.
All right.
Mitchell Shotness, the opponent. He's a sophomore. So 2 sophomore Mitchells going at it here. Mitchell Mangold and Mitchell Shotness from Osage. And it's Mitchell Mangold with a 2-point takedown early on in this match. He goes up 2-0 on Shotness with a minute left to go here now in period number 1. And there's nice chicken wing by Mangold looking for the fall. Our official is counting, as I'm not sure he's going to fit. He's trying to scoop the head with his leg. And he does, and there's the fall. 1 minute, 10 seconds the fall for Mitchell Mangold. And that's going to put the Hawks up 18-3. Over on mat number 8, it was Ryan Valenzuela with a fall for Waterloo East, as they go up now 10-9 on Independence, as they're going to bump up to weight class 152. So they're up to 152, and out here in front of us, it's going to be Tristan Volker for West Delaware. And Tristan Volker is going to take on Mason O'Malley from Osage. He's a freshman. So we'll see how the junior from West Delaware fares against the freshman O'Malley. And there's a nice high crotch by Tristan Volker, and he quickly picks up a 2-point takedown. He's going right to work on top of O'Malley.
And last weekend at the Southwind tournament, it was Logan Kekin for the Hawks at 152 who wrestled O'Malley in the first round and won that match, but O'Malley came back to place in the tournament. So it's good to see Tristan Volker get a takedown here to start the match.
Over on mat number 8, Spencer Shanka is up for Independence at 152 pounds, and he is taking on Andrew Mora, and he's out to a quick 2-point takedown. He's got Mora on his back looking for the fall. Does Spencer Shanka. There it is. There's a fall. 57-second fall for Spencer Shanka, and the Mustangs go up 15-10 now. So nice job here by Independence as they finished 7th place yesterday in bracket B, as they lost their first 2 duels and came back and finished the day strong with a win over Nashua Plainfield. So the Mustangs, again, a very young team, similar to West Delaware.
Yep.
As, graduation, with Nicholas Holt and Matt McMillan, Jake Jewell, some of those guys hit the Mustangs hard. And I tell you what, they were some good wrestlers for the Mustangs the last several years as they get to kind of rebuild get a new stock of great wrestlers in over there in Independence. It's good to see these guys over there leading Waterloo East right now 15-10. As out here in front of us, 30 seconds left to go with Tristan Volker.
We had a stall warning on Volker for not getting out to the side. He was riding parallel on top a little too long.
Wrestling Mason O'Malley. As over on Matt, it's going to be Cole Davis for Independence, and there's a quick fall for Cole Davis as he gets the fall in 32 seconds over Melvin Hernandez. So there's a fall for Cole Davis of Independence. Again, 32 seconds to fall, so the Mustangs now up 21-10.
Oh, there's a nice chicken wing in the wrist for Tristan Volker. He's got O'Malley in
He's
trouble.
going to run out of time. He runs out of time. He's going to pick up a 2-point near fall, 4-0 lead as he goes to the second period. I believe they already put the score. I think they counted the fall for the Hawks.
Track wrestling problem here.
She thought it was a fall, but it was the end of the period.
It's like we're going to wait for Caitlin to straighten it out.
Yeah. Caitlin Mangold, one of the administrative assistants for Coach Voss and the wrestling squad this year over there helping the table out with track wrestling.
She's been the most valuable table worker this tournament, I'd say, Jamie.
Yes, she certainly has, as we want to thank all of you listening on KMCH.com this morning. As our coverage, we initially weren't going to do this first duel. We were just going to do the 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock duels here. And then when we thought West Delaware was only going to wrestle twice, we decided to do it online. Well, lucky for us, the Hawks are going to wrestle 3 times today. And we will do the second 2 duels of West Delaware and Independence live on 94.7 KMCH. Are they saying that Volker got the fall? As I see Harrison Goebel standing over there. I think he's going to head back. I think time ran out. He didn't call the fall. As we'll head over to the Independence mat over on mat number 8, as it's Seth House for Independence with a 2-point takedown. He's taking on Raquin Saffold of Waterloo East. Mustangs leading 21-10. Seth House with a quick 2-point takedown. He leads it 2-0. Want to thank our Battle of Waterloo sponsors, our 2016 Battle of Waterloo sponsors, and they include Bi-County Disposal. Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington, Gavel and Grain, Meyer Mechanical, Wright Funeral Home, Spring Green Lawn Care, Woodland Eye Clinic, and of course the Wapsie Valley Creamery, Partners in Excellence, located in Independence. Want to thank the sponsors of the 2016 Battle of Waterloo here on KMCH for our coverage here. Had updates yesterday from here, and we're going to have live coverage throughout the day here today. As I see it has started to snow here in Waterloo. As weather pending, we will have Western Dubuque wrestling here this afternoon. We'll have those duels, the 4, 6, and 8 o'clock duels here on KMCH. As it's going to be a 1-point escape for O'Malley as he chose down to start the second period. 4-1 lead for Tristan Volker. He shoots in on that outside single. Now he's going to try to finish in a double. He's going to try to pop his head up. He's got to bring the legs of O'Malley into him, but they're going to come to their feet. No points for Volker as he leads at 4-1. A minute left to go, second period. The Hawks lead. Is that score right?
Should just be 18-3.
18-3. They still have that fall. So it's 18-3 for for the Hawks. They lead it. And here's a 2-point takedown for Volker. He goes up 6-1. I like what Tristan Volker's doing here on his feet. He had the chicken wing late in that period, but I tell you what, he's been real good on his feet with the offense from his feet today.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of getting to his shots. That second shot there, he got in trouble a little bit and battled out not to give up a takedown on a go behind, and got right in on another one to finish.
Over on mat number 8, it's a 2-1 lead as the first period is over for Seth House. And Volker looking for a chicken wing here at the end of the second period now. Try to get it. He's got 6 seconds. There's the fall. Tristan Volker with a fall in 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Now it's 24-3 in favor of the Hawks. Just 3 seconds to spare and the Hawks go up 24-3 after the fall from Tristan Volker. And over on mat number 8, it's going to be Seth House as Saffold came to his feet and tried to launch Seth House. Seth House came up with a lateral drop of his own, and he catches Saffold on his back, looking for the fall. It's 4-2. He's going to pick up near falls. They go out of bounds. 3 near fall, and Seth House goes up 7-2 here with 50 seconds left to go in the second period. And out here in front of us on mat number, this is Harrison Goebel quickly getting thrown to his back. This is Brock Jennings.
Nick Casey wrestling for us.
Oh, this is Casey?
Yep.
Listen, that's right. We're only at 160 pounds, aren't we? This is Nick Casey, excuse me, at 160, as I believe he's taking on Zach Williams. As we'll try to catch the name on the back of the Green Devil down there. Nick Casey's kind of got a similar build to Harrison Goebel, that tall and lanky, as he is taking on Williams. This is Zach Williams, the freshman from Osage, and the way he came out looked like a very physical freshman here, as he's up 5-0 after a 2-point takedown and 3-point near fall on Nick Casey here with 1:15 to go in the first period, as he's riding tough on top, looking for an armbar. Now he's going to chop the right side. Casey with a roll through. He's going to come to his feet, but then Williams dives back in and covers Casey up, so we'll go back to the middle. 5-0 the lead for Zach Williams. And over there on mat number 8, it's a 9-3 lead for Seth House with 15 seconds left to go in the second period, as he's taking on Raquin Saffold from Waterloo East, as Mustangs leading in their duel 21-10. The Hawks leading here on mat 7, 24-3. As the Hawks have picked up falls. The Hawks have picked up falls in this duel from Casey Geyer, Cole Engel, Mitchell Mangold, and Tristan Volker, as the lone win for Osage came at 132 pounds. And here's the fall. Zach Williams is going to stack Casey up in that chicken wing. And 1:32, he picks up the fall. So Nick Casey goes down by fall. It's going to make the team score 24-9. As we're going to bump up to 170 pounds. Over on mat number 8, it's a fall for Seth House. So Seth House picks up the fall for the Mustangs, and they're going to go up 27-10 now, as they head to weight class 182. Out here in front of us, I believe we're going to see the coach's son from Osage. I believe this is Brock Jennings. It is Brock Jennings, as he's taking on Jack Newhouse from West Delaware. And there's a nice 2-point takedown by Jennings, and he's going to quickly go into a half Nelson. He's going to elevate, try to scoop the head of Jack Newhouse. Newhouse fights that off as they go out of bounds. So 2-0 lead here for Brock Jennings on Jack Newhouse.
Brock Jennings coming in ranked number 1 in the state in Class 2A at 170. Last year, I believe he competed at 152. He looks a lot bigger this year, and a lot bigger than typical Jennings wrestler out there. But the moves up to 170's paid off for him, it looks
Absolutely. Like. He's going to come out in front. He's going to throw that whip over on Newhouse, but Newhouse does a great job of fighting that off, and he's bellied out now, looking to work his way up on Brock Jennings, the top-ranked wrestler at 170 pounds, against the freshman from West Delaware and Jack Newhouse. 1:10 left to go in the first period. It's 2-0 lead for Jennings. Over on mat number 8, it's Jacob Schwarting for Independence, as he is taking on Tyrell Gordon of Waterloo East. And Independence leads that dual meet 27-10. West Delaware leads in front of us 24-9, as we're at 170 pounds. This is Jack Newhouse, and a chicken wing now by Jennings. He turns Newhouse to his back. There's the fall. 1:16, 1:16 the fall for Brock Jennings. As Jennings picks up the fall, it's now 24-15 in favor of the Hawks. And we'll see who Coach Voss heading to the table to see who the Green Devils are going to send out at 182 pounds. As for the Hawks, it's going to be Harrison Goebel. Now Harrison Goebel's up. And this one doesn't have a name. I believe it's going to be Michael Udi. as it'll be Harrison Goebel for the Hawks. Hawks lead at 24-15. As over on mat number 8, it's a 2-0 lead for Tyrell Gordon over Jacob Schwarting of Independence. But the Mustangs lead that duel 27-10. As the Green Devil in front of us, I believe, is Michael Udi. So two juniors going at it here in Harrison Goebel and Michael Udi. Goebel with that underhook on the right side of Udi, looking to throw Udi, and he does, and he's going to come out around back, and he's going to catch him on his back. Headlock finish for Goebel. He's got him on his back. It's a 2-point take. Looking for the fall is Harrison Goebel as he's trying to cinch it up, get the knee out, get out in front as Harrison Goebel looking to pick up a fall. There it is. 44 seconds the fall for Harrison Goebel. And just like that, after a couple straight Osage pins, the Hawks pick up another pin of their own. It's 30-15 in favor of the Hawks as we bump up to 195 pounds here. And we're going to see Jordan Brees head out to the mat for the Hawks. As Jordan Brees comes out to the mat.
Big bonus points there from Harrison Goebel. Looks like we could have a real tight duel at the end. We've got 6 weights left, and the Hawks are up 30-15.
We don't have the name of this Osage wrestler. His last name is Wright. So we'll just call him Wright. Whether that's right or not, we'll call him Wright. Right or wrong. As over on mat number 8, Jacob Schwarting losing by fall in 2 minutes and 27 seconds. So
nice takedown by Jordan Brees.
Takedown for Brees. He goes up 2-0 with 1:32 left to go, and he's going to quickly go into that cradle. And he's got Wright on his back. Looking for the fall is Jordan Brees as he's got it cinched up. The referee down looking close. I think it's a matter of if Wright is going to roll into the right position. I think his left shoulder is up off the mat here.
Yeah, it can be tricky to get that inside shoulder down sometimes on your cross-face cradles. Brees adjusts, sticks his knee in the ribs, and there's the fall for Jordan Brees in 51 seconds.
So 51-second fall for Jordan Brees. So the Hawks will go up 36-15. As Tyrell Gordon, we mentioned over on mat number 8, it was Tyrell Gordon with a 2-minute 27-second fall over Jacob Schwarting of Independence. So that dual meet score, was there a forfeit in there?
Oh, yeah.
There was. Andrew Wright of Independence picked up a forfeit. So the Mustangs lead at 33-16. We're up to weight class 220. And it's Payne Johnson of Waterloo East taking on Peyton Nolting of Independence. Out here in front of us, this is going to be Brady Antones quickly in on a 2-point takedown as we'll get his opponent here in just a second. As Brady Antones out with a 2-point takedown. Hawks lead 36-15 over Osage as we started at 126 pounds here today. As we're at weight class 220 now. I don't think this is Caleb Ring.
No, it doesn't look like him. I saw a ring wrestle last week at Southwind. He picked up the title there.
Yep.
And this is a different wrestler. I'm not sure on the name. Antone's got the takedown before we could read the name on the back of his singlet.
And now he's riding tough on top, so we can't get a good look at the opponent from Osage is Caleb Ring, ranked number 4 in the state in Class 2A. As it appears that this, move your head, Brady, as he's doing a nice job riding tough on top here with 50 seconds left to go here in this first period with a 2-0 lead. Hawks lead the duel 36-15 over Osage. After, I think the Hawks have they won all the matches they've won by fall?
Yep.
They have. Similar to the other night, and I told Coach Voss, and I talked about that on the Coach's Corner this morning, that this team is, when they're getting guys on their back, the one thing he's very happy with is when they're getting them on their back, they're picking up the falls as there's a stall warning against the Osage wrestler down there as Brady Antones works that bar arm on the back. He's got it 90 degrees on the back of his opponent from Osage, looking to work some near fall points here. Looking to pick up some near fall points, as that's going to do it for our first period. As the Osage wrestler very slow to get up. As there it is, it's Meyer. Another one not listed on the program here. Let's see if he is up in the team photo.
Looked like Antones took neutral after Meyer deferred there to start the second period. You got a name, Jamie?
Josiah Meyer is the opponent for Brady Antones. It's 2-0. Antones leads it. Front headlock situation. He's going to try to whip him over, and he does. Nice job. That's the fall right there. Brady Antones, 2:19 the fall for the West Delaware senior. Nice job.
A lot of horsepower there by Brady Antones.
There certainly was. Dalton Wright was the opponent for Jordan Brees. So Dalton Wright, that one was Josiah Meyer, and neither one of those two wrestlers are real happy about their taking on West Delaware, as Caleb Zeezer is going to pick up a forfeit here at heavyweight. So the Hawks with the first win will go up 42-15. With the forfeit, we'll go up 48-15. Is that what you have there?
Yep.
48-15 after the forfeit. We're going to bump to the little guys back to 106. It'll be Luke Farmer for the Hawks. Over on mat number 8, it's Omar Bejic from Waterloo East. As Omar Bejic, the great wrestler from Waterloo East, I believe he is ranked. He is ranked number 4 in the state in Class 3A, as he picks up the fall over there on mat number 8, as he was taking on Drew Evans from Independence. Independence leads the dual meet. Now it's a little closer. It's 33-28 in favor of the Mustangs, as they're going to go down to 106 pounds now. And up for the Mustangs is going to be Braden Holt, as if West Delaware wants to see another Holt in the lineup. I tell you what, the Mustangs love it, as Nicholas Holt was a great wrestler for the Mustangs the last 4 years. Had a great time and pleasure to cover him the last few years here on KMCH. But Braden Holt here taking on Krishawn Taylor of Waterloo East.
Taylor, a pretty good-sized 106-pounder out there. And Luke Farmer in on a high crotch, but they went out of bounds before he could finish it. We're back to the middle with a minute 45 left in this match.
And here's a double leg high crotch attempt here by the wrestler from Osage, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. As see if this is Joe Jacobs, the opponent for Luke Farmer. As Farmer quickly out with a 1-point escape, and here's another shot attempt here by the wrestler from Osage. As it looks, try to get his name on the back once again. Again, we don't have track wrestling up, as West Delaware was supposed to wrestle Linmar in this first duel, but with them switching it up, they weren't able to get it on the on track wrestling the way it's supposed to be. They are running it track wrestling, as this is going to be Adams. Is this Ryan Adams? I believe it is Ryan Adams on the mat for Coach Brent Jennings, as Ryan Adams leading right now over Luke Farmer. 2-1 the score. 45 seconds left to go here in this first period. Here's an outside single attempt. He's looking to go front headlock. Is Adams on Farmer. He's got the cradle locked up on Farmer, as he's going to come around the backside. Nice whizzer there by Farmer. No points there. There it is, as he lost the whizzer, as Adams brought him back down to his feet. He picks up the 2-point takedown, so he goes up 4-1 on Luke Farmer here with 20 seconds left to go in this first period. As over on mat number 8, first period over, a 2-point takedown for Braden Holt of Independence and a 2-point reversal for Krishawn Taylor. And we're knotted up at 2 apiece, 2-2 as we go to the second period. And Holt will choose down to start the second period. And the first period is over here with Luke Farmer and Ryan Adams on mat number 7, as West Delaware leads that duel 48-15. Independence is leading their duel 33-28. As both of these teams will wrestle, West Delaware and Independence will wrestle 3 duels today. West Delaware will wrestle Linmar and Lake Mills yet today. And here's Krishawn Taylor. He's going to catch Independence's Braden Holt on his back, and he's going to pick up the fall. Just like that, the Mustangs are trailing 34-33. The fall over there in 2 minutes and 24 seconds for Krishawn Taylor. So the Mustangs find themselves behind 34-33 with 2 weight classes left, as they're up to weight class 113. So the Mustangs have some work to do here in these final 2 weights. So they're going to rely on their last 2 wrestlers to try to pull this win out, as the Mustangs looking at Thomas Madison and Brady Webb to try to seal the deal for them as they trail 34-33. Out here in front of us, it's going to be a 4-1 lead for Ryan Adams of Osage. And I stand corrected. Andrew Delahunt will be the wrestler on mat number 8 for Independence. So it's going to be Andrew Delahunt for the Mustangs taking on Braden Good of Waterloo East at 113 pounds. Mustangs trail that duel 34-33. And out here in front of us, Luke Farmer doing a good job riding on top.
Looking for a cross-face cradle. He's got the elbow of Ryan Adams from Osage. He's trying to dip that shoulder, take it to his knee. He needs to get a big lift here to get it over there. It looks like Adams is going to get off his base and up to his base, and Farmer puts him right back down to his belly, but loses the elbow in the process. So he's going to start again, see if he can work something else here.
27 seconds left to go in the second period down here with Luke Farmer trailing 4-1. Over on mat number 8, it's a 2-point takedown for Braden Good. And here's a cradle. Is that a cradle attempt?
Looks like
He's got a tilt. A tilt attempt by Farmer. Let me clarify what mat we're on there. Farmer with a tilt attempt, but Adams bellies out. Over on mat number 8, it's Braden Good with Andrew Delahunt of Independence on his back, and he's looking for the fall. So Waterloo East looking to close that duel down. They lead it by 1. A fall would seal the deal for the Trojans. So the Mustangs, Andrew Delahunt has to fight off his back here.
Luke Farmer takes down to start the third period, has a nice stay up, but gets brought back down to his base by Ryan Adams. And Farmer's going to need an escape and a takedown to send this one to overtime.
As over on mat number 8, it's Braden Good with a drive cradle locked up on Andrew Delahunt. Delahunt doing a great job of fighting off his back. And with 4 seconds left to go in the second period, that's going to do it. Time's out. No fall. 3-point near fall, though. It's 5-0. 5-0 the lead for Braden Good over Andrew Delahunt of Independence. It looks like Delahunt needs to go to the blood corner. As Luke Farmer still underneath of Ryan Adams. 2 freshmen going at it here. Now Adams trying to come around. Just about had a tilt on Farmer.
Adams riding real tough with the legs in there. It's not a fun position to be in on bottom. Looks like Farmer's going to see if he can swim the head here and catch Adams on his back. He's got to shake his hips, and they're going to stop the match.
That's going to be 1 point.
Maybe grabbing the headgear on Farmer, it looked like.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what it was. Farmer might have grabbed a hold of the headgear. So now it's 5-1 lead. Now it's a 5-1 lead for Ryan Adams over Luke Farmer. And I think our official is explaining to Farmer the situation, and now Farmer's got to go to the blood corner. They give him another point?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that.
He didn't have.
He doesn't have a mouth guard.
He didn't have a mouth guard.
So we've got a point for not having a mouth guard in on Farmer, and they're going to run the injury clock until he can get that mouth guard in.
So Luke Farmer.
Luckily, he's got it right there.
Luke Farmer, he must have braces, because if you have braces, you need to have a mouth guard. And while the official was explaining to Farmer what he did to give up the point, he noticed that Luke Farmer didn't have his mouth guard in, and that's another point for Ryan Adams. So now it's 6-1 in favor of Ryan Adams. So now Farmer's got a lot of work to do here. 40 seconds left to go in this match. Farmer comes up to his feet.
Nice
He's going to pick up a 1-point escape. 6-2 the score. Now he's got to go to work on his feet. Something feet to back here as it's 6-2. He's going to go to a front headlock here. Almost looked like he was going for that zap tap there, going across the body of Adams, but still working tough out of that front headlock. Like to see him come around to the side and try to pick up 2. And a nice arm. And Adams grabbed a hold of the arm and sucked Farmer in. Just about picked up a takedown, but they go out of bounds.
By Adams on the edge of the mat.
Certainly was. 16 seconds left to go. And it looks like Adams now has to go to the blood corner. And over on mat number 8, it's going to be a fall for Braden Good of Waterloo East over Andrew Delahunt of Independence. So the Mustangs trail now 40-33 with just one match remaining. So Waterloo East will win the duel. Waterloo East will win that duel as the Mustangs giving up the fall there at 113, and there with just one match left to go. And I don't think Waterloo East is going to send anybody out. Mustangs are going to lose 40-39. So a 1-point loss for the Mustangs. 40-39, the final score, as a forfeit at 120 pounds. Waterloo East.
Farmer got taken down. He's on his back in trouble here.
Has a chicken wing attempt by Adams, and that's going to do it. A 2-point near fall for Adams. A takedown and 2-point near fall is going to make it 10-2 the final score. That's a major for Osage. And the score is now 48-19 in favor of West Delaware, as we're going to bump up to 113 pounds now, and this is going to be Zach Fisher for West Delaware. So Fisher will take the mat for the Hawks. Again, Independence fans, Mustangs losing their first duel 40-39 against Waterloo East. Their next duel we'll have on KMCH live on 94.7. We'll have that for you live as they'll take on Waterloo West. And they will finish their day with ADM in the final duel at 1 o'clock this afternoon. As Zach Fisher up for the Hawks. As Fisher out here is taking on Nolan Burns. As Nolan Burns, the freshman from Osage. Front headlock position here by Fisher. With 1:20 left to go, a nice double leg attempt by Burns, but they're going to go out of bounds. Nice job there by Zach Fisher fighting that off. Fighting off that double attempt, getting out of bounds. Now he's got to go to work and start some offense of his own here.
Yeah, he did really well throwing his hips in, but you really like to see him getting in on his shots instead of letting the Osage wrestler get in that deep. What did you say the name was for the Osage there?
Nolan Burns.
Nolan Burns.
Byrnes is the opponent for Zach Fisher. 58 seconds left to go, and there's a shot. Both wrestlers shot in, and there's the freshman mistake there as Burns went to a headlock, and Fisher circled around behind him and just helped him load it up a little bit more, and he catches Fisher on his back looking for the fall. There's a headlock by Burns. 40 seconds left to fight here for Zach Fisher. The Hawks lead this duel 48-19, and now Fisher trying to fight off his back as Burns trying to cinch this thing up. He's got his hips out in front. The Hawks will win the duel as they lead at 48-19, and there's Burns trying to tighten that thing up. 20 seconds left to go. This would be a great fight here by Zach Fisher if he can fight off his back for another 15 seconds as he's still working to fight. I think if his hips come down, he could be in trouble. He's pushing himself up right now with his left hand, trying to keep him, and there it is. Those hips came down, and the fall came. 1:55, the fall for Nolan Burns over Zach Fisher.
Those headlocks are tricky because you feel yourself get thrown in it, and you want to duck behind and try to get you two, but if you don't get your head free, then you're going to just get thrown for a ride. So you got to fight your instinct and try to come out front. And it looks like Ryan Phillips.
This is the same thing that happened to you yesterday.
Going to get his third forfeit of the tournament at 120. Ryan's only had one match. He picked up a fall against Iowa City West, and then he's taken 3 forfeits in a row now. So your Hawks are going to win the duel 54-25.
Sam was mentioning to me before the duel, he missed the first one. He came over here to watch Ryan wrestle his last 2 matches and got 2 forfeits, and the first one to hear today is another forfeit. So you will get to watch him wrestle at some point,
hopefully,
we hope, in the near future, as the Hawks, as Sam mentioned, are going to win the duel 54-25, and we'll take a short break. Sam will add up some totals here. We'll come back and recap the first 2 duels we had. Again, we're on KMCH.com. We'll bump over to your radio dial here for the second duel starting at 11 o'clock. But we'll stay right with us here for just a little bit. We'll be back right after this from KMCH Sports. Oh. Tell you what, I'll let you recap. Let's go through the whole thing. I'll do the Indy one. And welcome back into the Battle of Waterloo. Jamie Maskey and Sam Phillips along with you as we just completed our first two duels of the day. West Delaware defeated Osage 54-25, and Independence falling in their duel to Waterloo East 40-39. Sam, we started that duel at 126 pounds, and really the Hawks got off to a good start. Casey, you know, you like to have those bookend wins, and you start with Casey Geyer, came out with a big fall, and then ended with the forfeit at 120. But you like to start and end well, and the Hawks did that in that duel.
Yeah, they got off to a hot start and then finished hot too. So we've got Hawks picked up 9 wins on this dual meet. They had 7 falls, pins from Casey Geyer, Cole Engel, Mitchell Mangold, Tristan Volker, Harrison Goebel, Jordan Brees, and Brady Antones. They also got a forfeit win from Caleb Zeezer and Ryan Phillips. And West Delaware won the takedown battle in that one, 13-7. And then we also saw them, put up a lot of bonus points, and they gave up 3 pins to Osage. It was 9-5 split, like we said. Only gave up 1 major decision, though. So the Hawks, they're doing a better job of fighting off their back as well and keeping these close matches close, not giving up bonus points.
Absolutely. Independence losing their first duel 40-39 against Waterloo East as they picked up wins from Matthew Doyle. He had an 11-7 decision. Tanner Erickson Dale with a fall for the Mustangs. Spencer Shanka with a fall. Cole Davis with a fall. Seth House with a fall. And really, things were looking good for the Mustangs. But, again, just some of that youth showed for Independence there as Jacob Schwarting gave up a fall at 182. Andrew Wright for the Mustangs picked up a forfeit. And then the strength of Waterloo East kind of took over with Payne Johnson picking up a fall over Peyton Nolting. Omar Bejic, the 4th-ranked heavyweight in the state in Class 3A, with a 35-second fall over Drew Evans. And then Krishawn Taylor with a fall at 106 over Braden Holt. And Andrew Delahunt losing by fall in the match to seal it for Waterloo East. So Independence loses 40-39. Again, our next dual meet will be at 11 o'clock. We will not be on here. We will not be on this YouTube stream. We will be on your radio dial on 94.7 and on the KMCH streaming website, so you can catch us there. We're going to disconnect from our YouTube broadcast right here, so you won't have that. So you have to tune it into your radio dial or listen on KMCH.com or on the KMCH app if you are not in the KMCH listening area. So we will be back at 11 o'clock with West Delaware taking on, it's either going to be Linn-Mar or Lake Mills. We're not real sure at this point, but they will wrestle one of those two teams here in just a little bit, as they've got 2 duels left. They'll wrestle Lake Mills and Linmar in their remaining 2 duels of the day. So we'll have those for you on KMCH on your radio dial. And then Independence will wrestle Waterloo West in their next duel. We'll check in on that one as well when we're on the air. And then they will finish with ADM. Want to thank our 2016 Battle of Waterloo sponsors here for our coverage on KMCH.com for this first duel. Bi-County Disposal, Crop Production Services in Dyersville and Worthington, Dyersville and Worthington, Gavilan Grain, Meyer Mechanical, Wright Funeral Home, Spring Green Lawn Care, the Woodland Eye Clinic, and, of course, our independent sponsor here today is the Wapsie Valley Creamery, who are your partners in excellence located in Independence. For Sam Phillips, I'm Jamie Vaskey, saying so long for now. We'll talk to you just a little bit on Mix 94.7. You've been listening to Battle of Waterloo coverage on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH and KMCH.com.